going to say, so I said we were talking to them, I don't know, and to take some kind of use of the prayer, and maybe we could go to shrine, talking to the question. Virtue. Not getting away. Something that looks about completed.
I didn't.
The principal rigorous the values and upgrades the other time blessings or rewards at the time of. So it's my duty that I go through it. This is the cult, right?
Which is why those other two directions are grayed out, because I think it depends on whether or not you have those.
Divine favor is so does that mean everybody who more or less has favor of God?
No. I don't think so. No, I think that's based on the fact that you have the skill.
Like the elements in the occult are grayed out.
Yeah.
Mind of why I'm curious about that.
The parchment.
I have the feeling that anybody can invoke God, whether or not you're skilled in it depends on whether or not you have the skills for it. But contracting with elementals or occult, more research and more.
See, this is one of the things I do like about, like, you know how we have different saving throws? He only has one, and that's all. You got it written up as fortitude, but they're the same thing. So it measures your emotional, physical, and mental resilience. Your maximum fortitude is equal to your raw endurance score. If your fortitude or resolve reaches 0, you gain a level of insanity. So it's actually a hit point, but the resource of reduction. It sounds like if you fail at something that causes you emotional, physical, or mental harm, you lose resolve. Whereas most of your hit points are lost due to combat. Like for your character, what's your resolve? So like you could, like if the zombie, like there's a special ability to test your mental or physical activity. You fail the test, so like maybe it causes you to make a an endurance test. Maybe it's prone, causes you to have to make an emotional resilience test. Or with this supernatural, or grit. If you fail, then it costs you resolve. If your resolve drops to 0, it causes you a point of sanity. So I think it's another resource tool for like managing. Yeah. Divine favor is interesting because it is currency for invoking blessings from deities, faith, and other spiritual forces. Divine favor, 0 you gain not invoke additional time. But unless you offend the divine, all your divine favor is recovered after a next threat. And they will possibly punish divine favor. I'm pretty sure divine favor, elemental magic, and occult magic are your resource for casting stuff.
Like God
Well, I would say he was mostly to angel stuff like that.
But what I'm saying is like, doing the food without having to pay. But I feel like maybe I'm not in the third, but
Yeah.
he doesn't know much about it. Well,
Yeah. That one, our last session sounded great. I also found another way to help our low volume. The StreamYard volume setting was set down to 25%. So we did a patch. So I ramped it up to 80 and went back and listened to some of my test recordings and was like, oh, yeah, I can hear it now.
I thought it was like, after that first I actually did parchment in the episode. After the fact, so I'd be up to me, like, it's like that. I don't know what I thought.
I know. Unfortunately, Kyle left the lady actor to go theatric. Well, one of these days we'll have a proper.
The time of my life.
We'll have a proper way to detect these. You know, I don't think this gave her serious eyes.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna
Test. Testing.
Mary had a little that we have to use the brightest.
Up here. Can't hear your voice at all. Try her microphone. Really, Carolyn?
Decapitated. Can I hear me?
Can you hear me? I guess you fuck up the mic again. No. I think that's separate microphone.
Because there's who in front of me? I can't hear me other people around me. Hello. Oh, I heard me on this one. I think I heard me on this one. Okay. Be grateful we are gentle.
Well, hello. We are back after our 2-week break. and we are back with part 3, The Devil's Type. Starts with the well, Grimoires of scene. We've got this Monday, and then next Monday.
Not done.
I'm hoping someone will buy it. You can see Nick figure. I just want to look at that from one.
Some people died. How about we do that?
If you're joining us, we are playing playtesting Grimoires DMC, and a short campaign about the Gutenberg press. It takes place in obviously medieval Europe, and it's kind of a Cthulhu-esque D&D. If you haven't had a chance to see our previous recording, definitely go back and look at our character creation section, the zero section. That was definitely a lot of fun to create. And as a brief reminder, who do you play?
I play Una Fitzgerald. She is a 15-year-old girl. She is possessed by a 3,000-year-old demon. And I am a hired killer. All in black, very heavily hooded and masked. Yeah. So we're done. And inside, she picked up like albino, like bright blue eyes.
Carolyn, what are you playing?
They're good at fixing in combat, not necessarily in combat. Also throw fire.
I also rolled a natty 20. Damn for losing. I mean,
Anyways, so her specialty is and she's just here to assist and probably get killed because she's really combat based. Give a shot. If she is volunteered for the ground.
Can you check the audio when she talks? The anyone saying he couldn't hear you at all?
I know.
I really think it's because your voice is a little bit.
That's over here.
That's still too soft.
How about now?
Probably not.
What if I speak loudly like these?
I think it's for the fight for this
Okay, I'm having a static issue with it.
And my phone is loud.
It's perfect. Testing microphones because they are the bane of our existence.
Testes, 1, 2, testes.
I normally bird gather potions.
Testes.
On testing, yes.
1, 2.
Evidently, the way you're speaking in your microphone right now, he can hear you.
Oh, it's speaking.
No, you weren't. Carolyn, you really weren't.
Hello, I am talking like this.
If you,
No, you're not.
you're you're hearing your voice in your head. You have a different voice in a microphone. Yeah, is the problem.
Maybe because
But when you did this into your microphone like that,
Do we just have to deep throat a microphone? Hello.
well, no, you just have to pretend you're not whispering to your microphone, which is what you're doing right now.
We're gonna whisper. We're not really gonna whisper. We just say, "I'm whispering." We're really
The
not
way you just did
whispering.
that, then it should be sounding muffled. Yes. Super low. See, me and Kyle have like very Irish voices, so it's like the only time I can't hear him is when he gets lazy and he starts, being performative and that.
Yeah, because I don't project. By golly, welcome to the show. But I don't want. I am saying that I do not project.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if there was a way, it all
No, I was about to say, a little hell on it.
Hey,
We've tried those.
we've tried those.
You forget you're wearing them, and then you stand up, and they're folded, and then you walk away, and it just breaks the top off.
Eventually, I'm going to test there's a wireless that on here, and I think they're
Yes.
and they're like,
Well, and you know what we talked about.
yeah, that's moving. Well, he's a dude.
I vote. I vote.
Give that dog.
Look like fresh.
Oh, Jason's birthday next month. Okay, take it.
Good job.
Not that you guys
Start recording. Once again, Carolyn, who are you playing?
I am Emily Tinkerton.
Perfect.
I'm 19 and I've worked in the shop with all my brothers and siblings and cousins. I am adept at most things tinker related, from blacksmithing to potion making. Well, potion making is my forte. That is what I do.
I just want to know if it's adapt or adapt.
Yeah. The best I can do in the fight is not die and maybe throw a potion. I'm just here to help and keep people with
Try not to die. You have a weapon, right?
I have a dagger and a quarterstaff. I wasn't completely brainless.
Hey, I'm just glad you have a weapon.
Yeah. Okay. I have two throwing knives and a quarterstaff. But
Yeah, see, that is like that whole speech was from your diet,
yeah,
so it was like perfect.
I know how to speak with my diaphragm. That's pretty solution school. So I know
Yay,
how that-
diaphragm!
I know how to protect my
I
ear.
can say it.
She did not go to band.
Nope.
She did not go to band.
Remember one time
Actually, I did.
damn shit.
And it wasn't like the stupid thing. It was literally you had to go and do drills for a couple hours.
So what I did with Camp Island is okay. I get you do a little drilling.
You walk on a field with your instrument and you walk in formation. My goodness.
Oh.
You would like I can help alleviate the
John Luke. Tell us about your character. John Luke is a chief captain, the oldest of the group.
He has a little bit of survivor's guilt and kind of taking on the sort of part like, hey, I will make sure everyone else gets back on. I'm salty. He's, late 30s, about 6 foot, very strapping. Oh yeah, he's probably gonna die because he's swimming in the sea like end up.
I didn't think it was sewer.
Oh no, it's we're in the sewer.
I've been putting 6 foot.
No fuck to get back. No, that's not that. He's making fun of strange, shadowy figures. Right. And
manipulating the device, well, being under the watchful eye. What
Harold.
Harold sent the gals.
Hold on.
I thought I had it something. Anyway, being under the watchful eye. The caretaker. Being under the watchful eye of the caretaker. However, the preacher turned his attention on the nearby guards, and after finishing off the guards, he noticed two individuals with a wagon, and then immediately a footstep, Emily and John Luke. From high up on the building, it was Uma, who was
The organizational question.
the caretaker, was the member of it.
Who knows?
With that, the group engaged in combat with a strange creature. It caused some harm.
It's an arrow.
However, before leaving, we had going to once again double check the doors inside the customer. Realizing that something may be up and worried about the implications of the future, he rallied back at Heels and reported. He decided it was time to check out the church. This is the last known location of only the proof that it got missing. Inside, they found an empty and commonly quiet. Certainly, it was stairwell to the basement and into the church. Maybe in third place water to came upon a stone basin filled with children out there. Chained corpses were floating into it. They kept it across the basin of the skirt and lurching forward. So John Luke is currently in the water, and the goblins are flailing towards him.
There were ways around before.
Yeah, you either go around the exit or go straight to the basin. Technically, we're in combat. So anyone who has anything to throw or shoot, go right.
I have a sword dagger.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll.
I have only John. I hope I don't hurt John.
Good luck. Good try. 4. Kinks off the edge of the basin. Along plummets into the water.
I'm so helpful, everyone. Yes, you are. And I've lost one of my daggers. I'm going to take that off Nick, it's not going to help that short.
One of your soft level sinks into the neck of the creature. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, I forgot to add advantage to that. Because also has advantage.
Definitely.
Just add another dice, right?
If that's another die, but it could cause you.
Thank you.
No, I rolled my d20 or my.
Don't roll the dice until it's time to roll it.
I wasted natty 20. 8 points of damage.
Damage. There's a sickening kind of thud. The flesh kind of tears open bone, and other singular kind of ideas revealed and hang out of its neck. It opens up its mouth and lets out the bone, its water, and the black one. I need all 3 of you. Make a grit test with me.
And I don't want me to. That would be 11.
Fail.
I got an 11 as well.
That'll succeed. You two take a point of resolve.
And minus this one for resolve.
Right.
That's it. We turn around. Let's go. Bye, Chandler. I've lost my resolve.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Bye.
You know, you come to the water, weirdo.
Combat and series. Simultaneous. You got to go first. But the results is simultaneous. So what are you doing?
Shooting again.
Yeah, but what stand?
So I have to do the full aggressive because otherwise I can't, right?
Yeah. So you know, which says what? This is for learning.
So aggressive, be aggressive. Plus 0 to my AC, but I get 6 action.
Yeah.
You focus on taking action, whether attack recklessly, rushing into danger, or moving prayer, or cranking my crossbow and loading it and then shooting the bastard. So it leaves me vulnerable. So I have a 0 to my AC.
So we're at the top of the ladder, right?
I mean,
Okay, so you roll a 4. So there's no, like, it's not like I can do anything.
You really are the guy tonight.
I really am. So here's our platform. This is the bowl that he's in. We're standing right there.
Okay, so I can't do anything melee.
Oh,
Yeah. Leap into the water and start attacking.
You start dying?
I don't know. You could, or you could throw one of your alchemy, or you could drink
I have-
fire. Or throw it in
I
the
don't-
water.
Don't have any good time. I failed that.
No,
I failed
you
that. I used it against a ghost and it didn't work.
Yeah,
You made
you
more.
know,
I tried and I failed.
yeah, she tried to make more.
I had some metal glue, but that's not useful in this moment.
you can do there now.
Oh, so great. So perfect. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah,
I might have some other options, but I need to know the lay of the land. What is it? What is there around?
So it's a
That's
15-foot
correct.
wide section. You guys have come up a series of stone stairs to the edge of the public basin. It's about 30 feet long, filled with stagnant water. There's a 2-foot ledge on either side, which can allow you to move, like, toss it up against it like this, to move along the ledge, or swim directly across. On the other side, you can see another set of stairs that lead down on the other side of the ceiling.
But I can't see what's on the other side of this stairs.
You go.
Okay. And there's no like conches or anything to see that.
No, that's no. Give me a perception, which will count for your turn.
Can I do this all or not? I want to start thinking my way outside.
Sure.
It should be defensive and then doing normal.
Correct. I would treat it as a
8.
8. Okay. Defensive gives it an armor class bonus.
That's 10.
10. So you add 10 to your armor class while you're doing it. Okay. So you're kind of moving up towards the right or the left.
You know, right. Oh,
You look towards the right leg. You're currently kind of shifting across it and looking. Now that you start to go, you can see where the zombies are, or the corpses are kind of flailing towards Jean-Luc. You can see Emily or Una is perched on the edge of the basin, like pitching aim or crossbow. It's shifting towards the other side of the basin.
I'm trying to find more options.
Okay. Jean-Luc, go ahead.
Balance.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and sword. Yeah, that's that.
Exactly.
Pull up that. And weapons. Feet first.
Okay. So are you striking the same one or going after what you feel? Technically, you're going after each individual, but not the hit. Or it could be 3 strikes on one.
We're going to focus on whichever one.
Okay, the one play on close. Technically, they're all close to the way the connection system works. They're all at base.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so 3 attack, 6 no damage. Way scared of this thing.
He looked over this way. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, babe, nothing to report from the fact that
Oh, he broke one?
First one is 7. Other one is 6.
If you plunge your weapon into them like 3 times, there's a bit of a kind of resistance kid. It doesn't even really seem to react. It just continually moans and comes towards you. So they will they're being aggressive. Well, it's all simultaneous.
I didn't go in.
Okay, go for it. Hey, DM Faynor, thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. 16 will hit. I'll try your ball hit too.
7 punch again.
Yeah, your second hold, striking that same one at the shoulder, clavicle area, focusing on the same one that he's hammering his weapon into, and they begin to fight and dash and claw at Jean-Luc and one of them. So there's 2 attacks coming at you. And you're on the edge of the basin. They're just in the water. So
Okay.
technically you'd be in.
I thought there was a ledge. Like,
I thought they were
water
further
was-
out.
Well, no, you came up to the edge of the basin, and then the basin just dropped. It just drops immediately into the basin. You could either take a ledge or swim across.
Because I have the
So-
water is 20 feet.
They're up. Say that they're going to crawl up towards you.
Okay.
So yeah, they'll still be able to move and get basically.
Okay.
So you got 2 bite attacks coming at you. Well, 2 bite. That is going to be 12. That is going to be a 16. Supposed to hit.
I
As a reactor.
okay.
Do you
How
have
do I do that?
skill set, isn't it?
Block, parry, or run. Any attack.
I have dodge.
Yeah, go for it. And how do we resolve that?
Yourself, you stay after the battle and notice that balance.
So I set the DC for the number. Okay. I put the DC at 15 and you got a 16. You got a succeed. So one of the hits will miss with a dodge. Therefore you only take 3 points of hit damage. Mickey. You, however, have 4 attacks. 2 bites and 2 claws. That is going to be a 12 and an 8. That is going to be a 16 and a 15.
16 will live, 16 will live.
Yes, support, we roll.
Pretty heavy die.
got big balls.
15. DC 15 LCC. So that one hit will not strike you. Back to the order. Top. Simultaneous hit again. Second round. Shake it up this time.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm reloading and hitting.
Go for it.
Plus 3,
18 will hit. And okay, so go ahead. What are you doing, Jean-Luc? Go for it.
Stabby.
Coming to your left. Left to your left.
Well, thing is at 20.
Nat 20, crit.
Nice.
I think crits in Grimoires is
max damage.
are we doing max damage? Okay.
With the person's max damage.
I think I won. But I think it hits like the
Critical hits.
go.
Maximum damage.
You don't take a roll with it. So what's your max damage?
6.
Okay, so I'm at 6 points. Okay.
It's like it fell off and went right back into the bag.
Yeah, it didn't want to participate.
Like, well, do you put your into the pocket of the B6s?
No doubt.
No. What's this battle ammo?
What are you doing?
I'm looking around for anything alchemical that I can fire, that I could create a reaction to a system of situation.
What 17s do you have on?
Well, I have my alchemical stuff. I'm a little encumbered, so I have to take the bag off, but I have a botany and actually I can't make anything because it takes an hour to do so unless I do it. But
Give me an apothecary or botany check.
I'm going to get out. 17 plus 2 for 19.
Okay. You realize that you have a small glass jar filled with wine that you know that if you throw underneath something that's wet, it will immediately begin to burn. So
Okay.
you throw it. You got it.
I'm going to, it's a new day, I'm going to spend some luck.
Yeah, you have all your luck back. Yeah, totally. Spend that luck, baby.
Because I'm not great at going. So, just good. Not great. 13?
13 will just
Oh, good. Acid burn. So,
D6 of damage. That's your catalog of knowledge. You are now familiar with that ability.
whoa.
Anytime you take your raw wine, chemical toxic in the water, on the success of it, there's D6 happen. All right. Is your dog down there with its sphincter wide opening, emptying? Gaseous.
Those sound like alien that.
It's not just me, right? Everyone.
Yeah,
I'm so good.
I can't be a witness to this because we have to it has its upsides, okay? I can't smell the roses, but gosh darn it, I can't smell the sewer either. So.
Well, that is septic.
I'm sorry.
You may want to have his gland relief of duty.
I blame these up
A
blame COVID for my
15 and a 16 for the zombie, the corpse is attacking
I'm
you.
gonna try and dodge again.
Okay, go for it. What would you get?
A 5 and a 7,
Yeah.
so an 8 and a 10.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I
all
didn't
that
mention
DC.
but I do want to keep thinking my way around.
It's going to be 10 points of piercing.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, you fall unconscious as the corpse is struggling up towards you. There are 4 attacks coming with you. There's a 5, a 6, an 18, and a 15.
I'm sorry, what were they?
5, 6, an 18, and a 15.
The 18 will get
And what's your upper class?
because I'm balanced right now?
Oh, that's right, it's balance. Yeah. Forgot about the balance. Okay. Okay. So you're good.
Yeah.
So in the midst of attacking
I need to make it more.
for so you shred 2 of the corpses. They come apart under your flurry of blows and your blade digging into them. You can hear them tear and rend, and their body parts kind of floating across. You see her on the ledge after she threw the axe, but she's gone unconscious. So yeah, give me an emotional resilience check.
Don't worry about it. It's just
That one.
Nice.
that's
You managed.
Perfect.
You managed to, yeah.
But how many? There's 2 by me?
There's 2 that you destroyed, yes.
Okay.
That she helped with. 'Cause one of her,
And one was, the other 2 are kind of like
no, there's one on top of her, like, consuming her.
Yeah.
The 2 were in base with you. She had tossed a jar at one that started the acid. She hit one in the volley and her previous and in her turn. Remember, in this system, everything's simultaneous.
Yeah.
I
So
hit
that-
them
Did they
3
climb
times.
up a ladder?
No, it crawled up the edge of the basin to get towards it, but she's 20 feet above the basin, and it crawled over and up the edge to get that. 3. 2 are now destroyed. And 1 is over attempting to consume her unconscious body. I think I need maybe.
You remember that the blade of life is in your blade, right?
Yeah.
For the next hour, anytime this blade is used to harm another living creature, you recover 1 HP. You cannot recover more than your health or your HP. So, those would be the count.
Trying to remember, if you're unconscious, can you start making grit checks? Let's try to remember. It's been a while since I went. I guess I could have printed this out.
Nothing in combat?
You could have downloaded it too, because like even if my phone's not working.
Well, no, the problem is when you have a phone on, it can't find signal.
It's
It's ranging on that. And I always forget to put it on everything. I always forget to put it on everything. I do necessarily start getting good at that. Maybe it's something on that, or
Nothing in combat. Your HP drops to 0 and recovery is impossible. The HP on page at that, like,
It's not in that type of place.
I know, but that's probably, it says CHP,
so that would be a thing.
so that's probably negative.
die, one of the following two. Another character successfully performs the first aid plus the amount of damage taken beyond your state. You roll a successful crit check. So yeah, there is crit check. You see 15 plus the amount of damage taken beyond your state.
So that would have to be a 25 or.
Beyond.
Oh, I'm at 0. I didn't go below.
So, how much damage did you take?
10.
How much hit points do you have left?
10.
Okay. So it'd be a straight DC 15 check.
Okay.
Had you taken 15 points, it would be a DC 15 plus 5.
Okay.
So you'll stay. So you can.
Do I roll a grit?
Yep. You roll a grit. The DC for 15. Unsuccessful. However, you could.
I'm rushing over.
Okay.
Okay. And it will be your turn.
Try for a
Still
save.
simultaneous. Because there's still one corpse that's attacking you.
Mm-hmm. We're just like ignoring the horse story. Like we're trying to stitch her up all the fingers out.
Another corpse going to splash out at John Luke, and if you get too close, it'll lash out at you. You're the only one not in range for it. If you're over on it. So you're good. You have 1 hit point and 1 point to John. What do you do?
I think I can take care of that, but I think we're gonna try and nom on him.
They'll probably send me.
Yeah, well, he's helping you, so you're both in trouble.
You don't have to run fast. You just have to run faster than me.
You're like your other zombies.
They're considered in close range.
I don't have a graphic. I can't. However, it's my throwing deck. I feed it, stab it, pull it back.
Is this the zombie that I saved the book into, by the way?
Was that one?
That one
was one of the other.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll throw. Yeah, you don't keep her. Yeah, that box. Yeah, you would keep her in check. And this probably require you to take on an aggressive foot.
Okay.
So you have more action.
Yeah. I am spending a left to try and do this correctly.
That dog is something. That's sound. I can't believe it. No one else can spell. I know you can spell.
Honest, I really can't. I'm sure it's a thing. We're not trying to
Yeah.
gaslight you. I'm sure it's a thing. I honestly don't have a great.
Right? Perfectly good. Or fixes that. You know what? We should call them those. We should call them orphans. I mean, every hole has a purpose.
Now Rick and Morty need to go to the next world, but it's no longer called a nose, it's called an orifice. Now. That way, it's not Parmesan anymore. It's orifice.
Yeah.
Now.
Pardon me?
It's not Maverty. It's orifice of smell.
So you're aggressive, which means you have no ace what did you get for your team green? Good, man. You did quite well, actually. And now you need to make a throw.
Can I use luck again to throw? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As long as you have luck points, you can spend them.
I don't remember how many. I think I get 6. And
Dropping the 0 is
scary. I'm not going
always
to do it.
fun. You're all on that lucky thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you
throw?
know she wants to roll on that.
No, I don't. 13.
13, that is the armor class. Digged in, but I will need you to make a
Not strong. But can I do the damage for the throw?
Yeah, do the damage for the throw. And the strength take will determine if you successfully pull the close away from close. Okay?
Strength. Okay. This page is straight,
Yeah,
right?
break that. Yeah. Well, let me see. Or athletics, if you have any.
I have a check in athletics, so I succeeded once, but it's I think it's
Well, no, it would be an athletics check.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're pulling back the check. So we'll go with that one.
I don't have any points.
So this is
Yeah. I have 3 more left points, but I'm feeling I'm going to need it to keep people alive, so I'm not doing that. 8 plus strength 0.
yeah, you're pulling, but it's not letting go of its purchase where it's clambering up on top of Uma. I think you really if you're unconscious, you just put this back.
Nice. Get rid of it.
As the corpse is gnashing and clawing at you and John Luke. John Luke, you notice his eyes flare with a red, kind of brimstone glare. You watch as the bite and claw mark on the neck begins to Dash gives you the resilience of hell. But you will give me another grit check.
Phobia.
Give me a grit check. Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Would you like to use this?
14.
Like 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh,
Look
you're
at
1
these.
point away from
17. 17. You hold it together. You do not lose anything. He's weird, but you're also this corpse is trying to munch up. He's going to take 1 attack on you. That's going to be a 15. And he's going to take 1 attack on you, which, because you went unconscious, you can take a new stand.
Oh, cool.
Are you balanced?
Right now I am defensive.
Okay, defensive. That is going to be a 16.
I'm a 19
Okay.
right now.
Third round, top of the third round. Simultaneous yet again, you're still holding on to the ropes. I'll allow you to go first. What do you do?
I'm going to try to pull him and maybe give him super advantage on the attack, but
Another athletics check.
we'll with advantage here.
Okay, you're struggling with that.
I'm just going to
Next, yeah, go for it. So let me. So with your weapon, each one is 1 point. Yeah. How much damage did your crossbow?
3d4.
34? How much damage did your force? Or what do you use? A single. Gotcha.
Bouncy on it.
It was aggressive. It had no buttons. All over it. Roll for damage.
He's the one doing all of it. I'm just trying to be helpful, okay?
4, 8,
Everybody has to have their place.
7. Okay. What are you doing, Una?
I'm just making.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that. He wants to know it's 4 actions. He wants to do the way of the dice and go out.
Because
4 actions.
Only have 2 actions. So,
you're defensive.
Yeah.
Knife, dagger. Okay.
I have a side.
Okay. Go for it. pull the side of your belt and start slashing into the creature.
The edge.
Yep.
Only four.
That one supposed to make any hits.
Oh wait. We have our strength. Oh no, it's strength slash hit. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus 3.
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
3.
So with that, as your weapon slashes it to pieces, her side coming up and underneath of it, it'll get its 2 attacks. Then there's 1 claw on you and 1 bite on Una. That is 16 for the claw.
Sorry, if I have 2 actions with my side, does that mean I can hit twice?
Yes.
Oh, because I only have
Okay, good point. As long as the sides, it only costs 1 action to use the side. So yeah.
I no, I can't do it. Okay. 19.
You don't hit. What's the damage?
Another 3.
Okay.
And then 16.
16 on you. And an 8 for a bite on her. So for the block, give me a check.
I'm still close attention.
Oh yeah, that's gonna fail. You are going to
Can
take.
I give him a left?
Huh?
Can I give him a left?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah,
Can I
absolutely.
give him a left?
You can re-roll. Like at the last minute, her eyes flare, and she lets out like this demonic voice. Hey, over here! And the corpse like turns as it strikes out at you, allowing you to block its arm. The creature comes apart. It just completely pierced and shredded by your guys' dagger. The body floats in pieces in the basin, and all three corpses are now being
Kill the body.
While they're attempting to be vegan, I'm going to make sure they're still alive.
It says they. It's just me.
Yeah, what's this thing?
What's the nation?
It's Laura Bailey over here.
Are you still holding it up?
What? What's the what? What's this stuff? Put on.
No. Help these people cover what is that help you cover?
I thought you were talking about the dead bodies that you just killed. Can I help these people?
You're 100%? Are you just saying that?
No. He did parry and block in his armor class. He came through pretty unscathed this time.
I'm down 3 and 2 of them.
Okay.
How do I get exactly?
What do you think?
Is it like a full night rest or can you do a short rest to get like 1 point back? That might
Not
still
April,
kill me.
it's called open.
That might still kill me.
Anybody examining healings, please hit me with first aid. Yep.
Surgery. I can get 2 points of surgery. So if we'll kill her completely.
Do I get
Okay. What exactly is the disease right now?
well, I was down 6. I had temporary distance. So. Oh wait. I had temporary distance.
Also, eating these
Otherwise,
foods,
I would like something near the
Surgery is what symptom?
typically,
Birthday too.
yeah, that's very common. I think it's based on how many points. Like, if you have food in there, if you don't like that, you get one for you need to drink. Or pitches.
Because it was quartz, white, and slash, I'm going to put the DC and if you try to do surgery on yourself, it's like this on a high.
Because some of these things have built-in DCs and stuff like that. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so not all forms of exhaustion are the same. Indeed, the nature of exhaustion varies significantly according to its cause. For example, a foot soldier might become exhausted after a forced march, but could recover during a short rest. In contrast, a starving explorer needs rest and proper nourishment to recover. Exhaustion is generally divided into two categories: fatigue and debilitation. Fatigue is everyday weariness that is quickly regained. Debilitation is a serious state that requires specific conditions for recovery. So, for failing a grit check, what is the dangerous debilitation?
I think that's good.
With debilitation, example, severe injury, illness, starvation, dehydration, weather exposure, poison, torture, debilitating knife. Fatigue is physical exertion, lack of sleep, alcohol, drug use, and engaging in extended high-stakes social activity.
Like staying up all night partying. Yeah.
Right. Or giving a speech on stage.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I call it the benefit. So it'd be under the subject for a long time. So give the investigation. Well, you took the hour to do surgery on it, so Emma will give the investigation if you switch the floating remains of the body.
So cool. No investigation skills. So just it is. I'm good at those guys. Let's see.
Their corpses have been mutilated. They've been scarified. They definitely look like some kind of writing or some kind of wording that's scarred into their skin, but due to the interaction, the combat between Luna and Luke, it's hard to tell what they say because they've been damaged so severely.
Even if I don't know what it says, you know, just write down exactly what
But he has a big skill for that. That would be the
artisanship,
Literacy and scholarship.
I have artisanship.
Oh yeah, the wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it makes sense because it's a craft. It's a skin. Yeah, yeah.
I think it should be animal.
You know, yeah, you're right. You know, I need to use it.
For illustration and portrait.
I am using
Oh well, illustration.
I'm not board gaming, right? I'm talking again.
So where's
That sounds interesting.
the illustration and portrait? So I'm like, first. So I'm gonna stick with artisanship. I think that-
I'm using my artisanship.
Don't forget it's an unchecked box.
Yes, I think, but I do have one. 16?
Yeah,
Wisdom for 19.
yeah, put the DC at first. So you successfully make during that hour. You start writing down all the letters.
I don't know what it means.
You don't know what it means. You're not sure because of damage to the corpses. You also kind of make it into the clothes they're wearing. You feel to see who's truly are and this is
We assumed they were, but
they're very pathetic, rotting state. It smells like
what do they sell? Smells like right now.
they are wearing the chain.
Can we select those to bring back? Because I'm bringing back the close.
They are the party that came before.
As you watch Emily pick up. I can get up at like 6 in the morning and get a lot of early morning coffee. And I can lay down for like an hour and then I feel like I'm ready to go. So, I have
Coffee every morning.
I've been drinking coffee in the morning. I think it's drink 4 or 5 cups throughout the day. That's, that's easy to do.
So this group, Priest Nicholson said they never arrived.
Correct.
They never.
They never went to the
They were checking his fellows. Priest Nicholson.
might not be.
They might not have been put here by themselves. But they may have been put here by Priest Nicholson, who lied about the fact that they didn't arrive because they arrived.
He's probably
Obviously,
a liar.
their bodies are here. He's a liar and he's killed.
Grab him, hook back. You get every night.
I'm not trying to cover my
The water's not
Are you
that deep,
comfortable?
so you can see your knife about 3 feet from the hood.
It's a cistern. It's not.
I don't
I'm
swim
not
very
trying.
well.
You said 3 feet down?
Yeah, 3 feet of water.
I walk and I duck. Don't break eye contact.
I don't know what's funnier.
Come.
You giving her a knife you got out of 3 feet of water, and then you swam across it. 3 foot.
I've done it at the beach, right?
I want to cover my lawn.
I could have sworn it was deeper.
I said it looked deep.
Is it when he
20 feet
dived in the
down.
water and hit his head?
So,
You put your hands out. You go, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
your shit back.
I'm a
that's
sea
shallow.
captain. I know how to dive.
That's shallow.
I'm diving in. Head first.
Now we could drag you back.
What are you guys doing next?
Thanks for the other side of the system.
So, I'm keeping my
You guys make your way across the system and down on the other side of it. As you guys come down the other side of the stairs, get the feeling that the system is being used to funnel water away from this side of the sewer, as it's a lot drier on the side. You can see spent torches on the ground. You can see shredded rag, light, and different probably you can also see the crystal remain. We're in a bit of a crossroad. You can see the concealer goes to the right, goes to your left, but the pictures on these guys are using torches. And they like the torches.
I do have a lantern, but
No,
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Really nice. We learn a lot about what's going on in everything.
Yeah, we're checking. You know, because they don't have any control animal, I think this would feel like it either be survival or I think it'd be survival because you're using a survival skill kind of, or yeah, I keep tracking survival. You know what though? There could be good. I actually feel like apothecary is fun. Okay. Because you're examining that specifically from the condition of the area. I feel like that would be plus these racks have been closed. You notice numerous sets of leaks going off in all through there. There's a lot of foot traffic here. Maybe most of it occurred yesterday. There's some obvious drag marks there as well. Something that's dragged up the stairs and crossed over.
Other people in the way.
No, there's 3 tunnels. Yeah. The tunnel to the right has drag marks. All 3 tunnels exhibit lots of footprints. And she's examining one that got dragged from those stations. Which much.
I mean, I feel that too.
We're all very familiar with poison, I guess.
Okay. That's that.
That'll be the left. All right, so let's follow
Well,
the
actually, back then, we didn't have that was on so they didn't use that then. The college or nightshade. We say nightshade, less more medicinal, therefore exactly for apothecaries for boxing stuff. If you want, with that same role, you can use that. You can give me a tinker and try to extract a sample of poison and therefore have a small amount of poison.
That is tinkering or
No, but you can see it again. Yeah, so it's just barely enough for you to scrape out of its stomach a kind of little nodule of ivy wrapped infection that it's from. You get the feeling someone's actively trying to kill him. You guys begin to watch as John Luke creeps a little bit forward into the right tunnels. He's following the drag mark into that front. Give me a perception. John Luke. It's a narrow tunnel. So it's a single file. The two of you directly behind John Luke. John Luke holds the torch up end of the tunnel that you're in. It's a dead end chamber that's kind of operating sides. There's a drainage plate where you enter. There are a bunch of clothing talked about here, 3 empty backpacks. Some equipment that's been kind of tossed casually aside. This feels like maybe where they were at. See manacles on the wall. You can see like coagulated blood on the ground, some blood spatter on some of the equipment. You can feel this is where they're being held. There's stuff taken away from them. Eventually, something was done to them somewhere else. You're not seeing any sign of scarification from them. You get the feeling that maybe they were killed here and then dragged off or carried.
The drag marks was here.
They did. They were back. But there were other drag marks that left both the face. There's a good chance maybe they were carried to another tunnel or chamber, eventually brought back here afterwards, and then drowned. That's exactly what it is. They're talking about it. It's like
There's no drag mark from.
this is a dead end with a grate. You can hear water on the other side of it. It looks like they weren't using the culvert to manage the water coming from the other side. Water would be draining down. And you kind of peek through the grate, and there's another sewer system. It's more functional. Like it's a steady flow of water. Well, that's okay.
Although, can I look around the island of
Yeah, investigation. Yeah. Everything that you're finding is of no real value. But these 3 individuals could have worked with material and work with that you're working with. You'd expect to find personal journals or the remains of like, well, something would be. None of that's true. This is just their clothing. They have very simple, like linen trousers on. The female party has like a linen wrap on the chest and linen trousers on. Very kind of
Not something that they would wear more ceremonial.
no,
Or like
the
TV.
equivalent, right? Yeah. Or something they would put in when they cap.
So for line of thinking, they were taught. We don't know if they were taught in the basic cathedral or if they found the taught. They put in probably a holy place that they were 36. They were taken from there, something rituals that was done to them, and then attached into the sister where they were done. Covering our faces.
Good point. Backtrack towards what's everybody's passive perspective? Over 14, 12? Well, there's 2. There's
Well, mine went out.
There's unaware and then there's aware.
Right, it's 5 for unaware, plus wisdom, plus perception skill level. And then 10 plus.
So the perception skill level is
Mine went up.
and what you have, numbers? Okay. The one thing that you three kind of pick up on, it is very quiet. Quiet enough that you can hear the crackling of the fire down the lawn. Down the left, you can hear like the creaking of metal, like something hanging, like kind of rattle. No, there's no pattern to it. It felt like a dream to me. That's coming to the left. The long, continuous tunnel. You're hearing the crackle. Well, there's myth as well with superstition in that, but he wants to create a companion to allow players to be out. Face there.
The fire's holding it.
Or change it to this thing.
I think we should go into the little chain and contemplate the chain.
We're not just chained together to raise water. These guys follow Jean-Luc down the long center. You're up the porch out. Who's behind you?
I was considered it.
It was in the middle.
I don't know if that's the best idea.
Possibly, but you know, when I disappear, you know, I'm just going to disappear. So where'd she go?
I do it also, but you know.
I know, me neither.
Yeah, you got a little bit slight to the middle. You're like, no, that idea.
That idea.
You hear Dash in your head. That's the choice.
In fact, she's not an idiot. She's very
You
clever.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, you didn't hear it. Tell me I heard that.
You guys watch Jean-Luc. The narrow sewer hall has a view to about 100 feet until you get to a thin metal door, just like you see on a liquor room, and you can hear the flame on the other side. There's a smell of smoke permeating from underneath the door as well. The door's not locked, but it is locked.
Do I hear anything go like on the other side?
Can you investigate? Oh. Okay, good advantage. There begin flames, crackling sound. You kind of feel the music. But really good case of happening. You also take it. I will say with that say investigation roll, there's no sense of protection. It's like a simple locking mechanism that's inside.
Pull out my locket.
Yay,
Yay!
thank you.
We've been raided. Jump for cover.
Remember, pillage first, then burn.
Don't burn what you need to tell.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my locket.
Okay.
And
What do you say about it? That's a flight of hand.
I have thieves tools, sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's just no. I think it's thieves tools. It's specialization, but I think thieves tools. Big sleight of hand is like follow the card or you know
I'm gonna use a left
the
one.
magician.
Yeah, be able to flip the wallet. Yeah, flip the wallet from the pocket.
Yeah.
I got a.
Yeah, you guys watch and you know, and like the whole time you're doing it, you can hear that. Remember, there's that's it. Slide. Here we go. Okay. You hear the splash, undo and forward. And you can feel the heat coming out of the
Begin.
What was the name of that movie about that? There was a movie.
Are you talking about the one with?
Not Ready Player One.
No, I don't talk about it.
Yeah. Can't remember.
It's the one with
why can't I forget Butler? Gerard Butler.
yeah, where he had his wife.
It might be just Gamer.
Yeah,
That might be the movie.
where he did like in a Coliseum like thing.
No,
and he
yeah.
had to do like
No,
he was yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw.
We should watch it.
A little weird, but it's dated. Yeah, like funny. Like my personal favorite public sport was the like absolutely wrong right before just to be able to escape. Like the vomit. The
For those of you coming in for the first time, we are currently playing playtesting Grimoires against Josh. If you go back to our section 0, we did character creation, lots of fun. John Luke is a sea captain.
Apothecary.
Is a apothecary teacher, and
Hired killer.
hired killer first book, I think it's sold.
And somehow we are
take place in medieval, historical medieval, but we use a lot of fantasy as well. It's a kind of a combination between Cthulhu, D&D, and a little of the character creation. Very different from
Yeah.
It does a good job of blending resource management with the creativity of your character, which is fun. It uses grit, but it's still used with the C system. But the skill system is very well developed. So we struggle with certain rules because this is literally our third time playing. And although I try to be as concise as I can, take a moment sometimes to stop and just make sure the time is and starting not next Monday, which is the 9th, but the 16th, we will be doing 0 section Dagger Heart and doing our character creation. So yeah, I've got my pre-order book. We did some play testing with it, but we struggled. The rules just kept changing every week. So we decided to wait for time. Oh, yeah. So here's what we are new. The process of writing campaign, it's going to be a mythology campaign. It'll be designed shorter so that we can play some characters, have fun, and I'm also going to follow what's called the age system, which is if you guys watch Critical Role, Matt Mosher's Age of Umbra, basically allows him to create as many worlds as he wants because he's crazy 80 at a time. I really like that idea, so I haven't decided on the name it yet. So I will be calling this is an era, so to speak.
I'm just gonna have to watch that again. We don't have to watch quite like
Yeah, and it's worth watching because there's
It's named after my dog.
Yeah.
My dog's name.
so with that the door pops open. As the iron door swings open, kind of bursting after its hand. It opens. As you're up front looking over Una's kind of short, she's a proud that freaking watch when it's over. It's a smith. It's an underground smith. You can see that a very kind of crude kind of system of iron pipework has been rudimentarily attached to the smithing, and it's running down yet another place break in the floor. The feeling, again, cause the water to go on the run converted this room that it into a sizable smithy. You can see tables with smith tool bottom. You can see an anvil over in front of the bellows, and then the steel inside doing nothing. Crucible, putting the metal in the flame. There's a architect draft on the right. And you can see all of these strange metal devices that have letters on them. They're the works. You can also see a series of shelves that seems to have small boxes and ceramic and containers. The one thing that sticks out to you is there's a small metal bucket underneath the architect table filled with a decent amount of silver paper. I think that would be.
I would like to switch to black. I think.
So that's not what.
No, but I would like to use my black ability to get advantage.
Okay, I like that. That's good. That's a good way to get it more. Lore mythology isn't feeling. It's
So like, find kind of the problem.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I already. You need all.
Well, I think she's making her own roll. Okay.
Whoa. I'm just gonna check that.
They don't look familiar to you. They look too small. They don't look like friends. You look at them, their entire words and sentence structures are broken out with the metal and bars. They don't, they're not big enough. It doesn't make sense. It looks like something you could break on. But I will say that that check, they made it to person. No, but you're fine.
You don't know. That's fine.
You hear dash in your head. Creatures that imagine about they like to survive the magic it's war, a curses, that. And then you guys watch, kind of goes into like a weird kind of lake day condition. Like sitting there with their eyes rolled up in their head. There's like an image of you lying on a stone altar, and you're watching like a faceless person walking towards you. And as they do, they're carrying a foot, which is much wider and bigger than these are, but you can tell it's made of pure silver. So You watch the brand being brought down towards your neck, and then you kind of come out of there.
Oh, is that like the spark that takes me from the book?
The investigation, or usually, depending on what the no, these are still not precise enough to do that kind of thing. They still look like a little bit boldly. It would be more obvious. But somebody is clearly fashioning this metal pipe from the person. There's a bucket of silver coins from the different pet tables. And there's Smithy's station. Somebody's been missing. Letters and words, yeah.
They look similar to what because I was looking inside the warehouse and looking at his do they look similar to things that they were putting in the pencil set?
That same roll, basically they look similar in design, but they were being made out of different.
Right. Now with metals, the first people that put silver is from. So the gold for certain silver.
The mythology of war, how can they be on it? Consider it.
My brain is black voices.
Sorry.
My character has a little bit of black. I think I could post their weapons or my daggers and silver. Ways on paper. I don't know, but there's a lot of things that are effective.
I would say that silver combined with
Don't have to find it, but there's that fine paper stuff. And I just remember some scriptures that I heard in Sunday school and black.
Oh, Christ compels you.
Power Christ compels
well,
you.
you have
Oh my God, this is so deep. The power of Christ compels you.
what would be your divinity? Like, what would be your divinity attached?
Oh, I could do a disadvantage on religion. Yeah.
Well, no, this isn't about you checking.
It's like,
What is Emily's divinity connect?
what she believes in?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a church that like we're actually at, even if it's the general, faith of the area. It's probably.
I mean, do you believe in actual things? Like,
She believes in God.
You believe you'll find good.
okay.
You also believe in eventually the Roman.
That is by far the best class. Excellent.
Yeah, I would think she's probably like this worshiper.
In that case, we really
Six plus there's one which is one.
okay.
Not great.
Give me a lore and mythology.
Also,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
I have an idea that this might work, but I don't know how to go about it.
yeah, I like that explanation.
When people come into my store, they stop asking for things. Like,
But there is a nice set of small blacksmithing tools here. Like crap. You're pocketing all of the silver letters and words.
And the coins.
And the
Coin.
coins. Yeah. She bundles up some of the blacksmithing gear.
Well, she did blacksmithing grounds.
They're 82 silicon.
Sorry, 141.
One thing you might want to let Josh know, at least for the digital one, there's just not enough space for stuff in your pack. Like if you were to write this stuff out, you
Well,
have
oh, you need space to write things out?
yeah, because like I have more stuff in my inventory than like for the pack or the other items. Like,
Well, there's an encumbrance for it, so you may be taking that into consideration.
even so, like I had, she knows she's encumbered. I'm not, I know, I just like basically if it's in my pack, I just take it off. But there, I could fit more of the stuff in my pack.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, like a woman store, something like that is just very more. You'd be able to take it on.
Okay.
That's why I got to do it. But
I do.
Can't bring
because
the
you,
info.
but because you are encumbered,
basically, whenever I'm doing a packing stuff, I'm taking the backpack off.
Right. I do need you to give me a grip. So this journey with the backpack. It's a little weight.
I'm gonna put this in
Like, well, here. Where's my donkey's file?
Big pushes. You speak the key, not the liquid.
Unlike mine, or his friend told me.
What's the talk about?
The world dangerous. You're in the sewer of a church.
I should be in a sock.
Clearly,
Why am I here?
clearly the headquarters of the Herald Cult. So you know what? You chose to come down here. I'm
He's
safely
trying to kill
behind my tree in Captain Delta. I'm good.
Trying to kill.
I was just making a local
Oh, no.
delivery of the potion, and they're like, "Hey, we need you for something."
Yeah. Oh.
Why did I enter the call?
You guys backtrack out of the city, and put the long hallway to the intersection. You begin to drift down the final tunnel. This tunnel is definitely showing more signs of death. More people come. It opens up into a rather large, squarish chamber. The rattling that you heard is a series of chains that are hanging from the ceiling, coated and covered. You can see a stone altar in the center of the room, also covered. There are shelves with upturned skulls, kind of placed all over with strange kinds of substances looking out of them. You can see the grate down towards your right. There's a bit of a breeze coming up and out of it, which is kind of hitting the chain at the same time. In a very clean copper basin filled with stagnant water, about a dozen very kind of like not well made, but well egged parchment that are in this basin, and they're kind of a combination of rust and blood stuff that are as well. You can see the imprints on the table that maybe objects and items were placed in, but they have been recently delivered. This feels like maybe this is where the start of the investigation.
Investigation. So they're great going down.
Yeah.
You can feel the air strike.
Stone slab above with chunk of moss, flies on it. Maybe it's not filled with water, or just filled with water. It can be out too. But nothing is out here. When you look at those people, a lot of space. Okay. No obvious way to see it. You get but over by where Renee's like, looking at the grate and interacting with it, you notice a loose stone to the right, this way down here. as she's interacting with the grate, you come over to the stone and you notice it push it in. And when it goes in, the grate kind of falls away. And there's a steel rung or a metal rung, another metal rung. And it looks like it leads down some chamber down the way.
I like to think that when we enter the I like
I'm gonna go over it and I'm gonna hug her and cover her up.
We'll see you have to help back. Roll again. Yeah.
And I'm covering your mouth because we're trying to be quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
I prefer being to call her.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Won't be the first time.
You take yourself back to the point of time. You are a small child. You're in your bed. There's a bit of linen tucked into your shirt, covered with copy and paste covering it. And this did a particularly practical thing. Having the stranger who seems to know your father asks your father to listen. This priest sits down next to your bed and seems to be talking about something different. You cross the threshold into the father. That moment in time, in this adult age of correctness, memory sets. Prepare yourself to get back. And brings you back and properly takes keep that phlegm and blood. It ends up in the mouth and vomits on the ground.
Sure.
You see the grates open and start going down the run from the right.
Yes,
I'm
investigating more in the room.
She is
Let's
probably.
look
I'm
at
going
the
down
altar.
just to
Let's
Well,
look
I
at
mean, it's
everything.
like in the
I
other
wanna
room, you didn't search any of the bookshelves.
Your bookshelf?
Yeah. Yeah, I said there were bookshelves filled with small boxes.
Black.
Yeah. And then you guys, I described upturned skulls with some kind of strange.
That just sounds gross.
Sorry, even black. There's like a black.
Some just fell in.
Right now.
Like I'll be working. Oh, hello. That's unpleasant.
Yeah,
Always look up that.
might not be fun, but we probably not have it. Well, 3 days. Okay.
Just take it slowly again. But yeah, I think and I think it's most people that work they get on the back lot. They'll probably feed us to the front. They'll probably something. So give me an investigation check if you want to examine the skulls that are being
Let's investigate everything in this bloody room.
Because I can't
an investigation on the skulls as well.
But there were books or something.
Oh, in the other room.
20?
Yeah, we probably already missed them all.
That's one thing I really like. You're getting points based on problem. So that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, you make perception check. Yeah, if you're watching go along the next paper.
This is great. Splitting parties.
It is nostrils.
He's all the way over here now.
Yeah,
Why are you doing?
I'm aware. I'm
Well,
wondering.
this is why I don't bring you over more, and then I get guilt about this one on why I didn't bring you.
No, it's not me. I smell great.
You want to first?
It's probably because it's bent. They cycled in the air, like from the floor and up. So,
You want to first?
no. There you go. Yeah, ain't a little like a
Little tree.
Yeah. So you got a 22. We'll get to 7.
I'm rolling a disadvantage on investigation. And I don't know what it's. I don't know if that exhaustion is pretty.
The upturned skulls are filled with various black sprays.
They look
red.
like they're mixed with blood.
Could be. The texture is odd, but it looks more ink than blood. It's definitely blended. You begin to realize this place is there was some bad shit, and it's effective.
Yeah.
I can't concentrate.
Give me a
Not emotional guys.
no, because it's not a feeling as much as a physical reaction.
Another.
Which one's exhaustion?
I'm gonna die of fear.
You're down in the lower chamber. You hear them upstairs or up in the chamber you just came from. Down here, you hear a crunch as you step onto the ground and you look. This is a holding area, but you can see another door to your right. There might be some. But in here, it is filled with human bones. Maybe 2-3 feet thick of human bones. And written in bloody straw all over the inner walls of the chamber are the words that are written in like sideways or angles, smattering on top of each other. You can even see a skeletal figure kind of leaning up against the wall as if it kind of painted, the herald on the wall. It's all dried blood of various kind of things, gun pressure and some version, and it just what's your phobia again? Possession? Yeah, give me a resist to protection.
Going to get possessed.
Uh, 14. You barely hold it together. You can hear the wailing and crying of passing of voices emanating around you, forcing around you. And then you realize it's a distant sound, a distant chant, distant kind of melody, ceremony, something. And it's coming from the other side of the brain was locked with emotion and barely holding together. There's something going on.
Did you be cancer or no?
You fall down.
Yeah, I'm
down below. 3 feet thick of bone, ready to.
Yeah, for up my shoulder and carry you down the ladder. That's I ain't that strong.
No, I'm fine. I like to think they're probably shaking. They're probably both shaking. They're both exhausted. 2 points. They're close to death here.
The three of you looking down, chamber. Everything you saw, you're blindfolded, but you could hear the ceremony of the sound. That part is as the two of you enter the road, you said, just
I'm listening to it before you very I'm gonna be close to God. That's 4. Plus 1, plus 5.
I think you're shaking your head at her. You have
21.
21. You hold together as well. She is
Starting to
yeah, she's getting a bit catatonic.
how many points do you need? Alright, people are trying to do 2 plus 6 last month. 3 plus 1. Use 1
I love the system of resource management. I love Daggerhunt. Resource management. I struggle with D&D. Not really any resource management except spell slots. And that's it. Or features that give you 2 up for short rest. Or
stick you in the middle of the desert. You don't get no water.
we're doing Dark Sun.
Yeah. Or what that campaign you did where there was like water was a resource?
Dark Sun. Yeah.
We did a campaign where we were stuck in the demon web, and all of the food that was there was demonic. We couldn't eat it, right? So
If you did, it would be a penalty.
yeah, so we ended up. One of us had a bag of cat, like it's like a bag of tricks, but it was just a bag of cat. We're gonna eat
So just constant soup Asian food.
No, we just ate for
Yeah, I think yours would be your level of insanity would be a.
I've already tried. Here's the. You just look for
Is there anything on that? So it says that under compulsion, the safety table, level 1, the stress chronicle, state. Which is already here. She is starting to go over her catalog of free
yeah.
Oh yeah, when she hits level 3, your unwanted thoughts become higher. Okay, you have to develop counters and things if you want to get much solid data.
Wait, I can put her to sleep.
You want to be asleep in the middle of a freaking fight?
I can put her to sleep.
There's a locked door, or there's a closed door in front of you. The written words apparel all over the walls.
What were we in out of 10? What were we in there with?
We were looking at that. It wasn't really bad. I do recall that they didn't tell us to engage. They just told us to protect.
I'm pretty sure we found out what's going on. They all crazy. Probably me. They're all in here doing this shit.
Yeah, what's the word?
Are we looking for people? There are people.
Are you looking for a football?
Set the alchemy fire on floor.
I have a. You shot it at me. Just shot it. Yeah.
There's like somebody's just sliding in before it's on.
I'll do it.
It activates fine. Yeah, when you slide a hand, as you're allowing the metal to kind of show along the pretty good job. It's now. It's on. I think our audio's gone back.
Testing.
I'm beginning to wonder if my sound will going back.
Sorry that our audio is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. You want to pull it up real quick so you can listen again? I can replay it.
I'm going to conspiratorially say that neither one. But for you, that's the.
Either or, I mean, it doesn't matter. You still have the same audio profile. You can hear the static, yeah. It's in a static burst again. I think I got bad audio cables again. The audio shielding or somebody's device is leading into the audio shielding, or I've got cables that are touching that shouldn't be touching. But yeah, I've got some work to do to figure out what the hell is causing this static. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's our echo cancellation. Maybe the auto adjust mic, turn off echo, and then turn on stereo audio, and still garbled.
Static is still there.
Whoa! See, I can hear the static.
He goes, I know you want to hang out. We're super awesome. Like, remotely, like every other day. Oh, we want to go on the thing.
That's still static, still garbled.
I don't think the static went away. No,
No, still, you can still hear the
still a little bit.
Yeah, it's gotta be a bad cable. Because remember, we replaced. I had a bunch of spare cables. I replaced them all. And it went away. It could also be. That or I mean, I guess it's 50 sounds like. It's like one of those cables like you use for prayers. Yeah, I got yeah. And it never really, stopped. Yeah. I don't think it's a problem.
Sounds like if we had broken microphones that are not connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about unplugging this one?
Well, you can unplug it in its base. Yeah, you don't need to unplug it in its source. This does? Text. Garble. Words. Test. Is it the same? Is it bad?
Hello, hello. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do.
It could be that bad microphone was giving us feedback on the line.
So hear a little bit of the static.
Oh, we also have other.
Yeah, try and plugging that one.
Yeah, I'm pointing that one. Maybe the microphones that aren't being used are creating feedback loops, but that one I think is a dead mic.
Yeah.
I don't think that one works.
For that one. By the way,
Thank you for your help. We really appreciate it. Because all we have is our self audio to listen in on, so sometimes we can't tell.
Talk directly into the microphone. I can hear you. If you talk anywhere else in the room, I can't hear you. Garble done.
Yeah.
We have to remember to speak into the
It's the quality of these microphones. They got to be replaced.
Talkie, talkie, talkie,
Because even
talkie.
though I've got the oscillated heads on them that are supposed to look at that, it seems like for them to really work. Because remember when we used to have them on others?
yeah.
They weren't that great.
Yeah.
Like,
Pop up.
yeah. It may be.
Every kid together. Every game against it.
Well, it's definitely a little bit better.
Okay, well, we have to remember to talk into our faces. I mean, microphones.
I will begin researching microphones.
Speak
as of
sweet nothings
this
into
week,
the mic.
see if I can.
You should get use the little ones that
I will look into the Rode mics and see if that helps. But, I just have to make sure that they're the. What do you call these ones? MCL, the ones that have the three-prong plug-in.
You're asking the wrong guy. I would.
Your wife does that. Too,
Yes,
right?
she does that too. I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
called
I told her
NW
what to do.
No, I'm referring to the yeah. So with that, you guys would decide to turn back, and so that in mind, you've sealed the door, correct?
Yeah.
If you've sealed the door, and there's ceremony still going on the other side.
We just locked a bunch of people in potentially with no other exit. It's just Callista. It's not.
But more importantly, because of your background, that basin was being used to divert water. You get the feeling that you destroy that basin, the water will begin to flow, and these
Oh,
chambers will refill it.
We should actually, flush the toilet.
So we're gonna.
Head back.
Okay.
No, I mean they're legit crazy. Not. We're not so
Oh,
legit.
the French killed a bunch of people by drowning.
You guys make your way back up. You get back to that section where the culvert is before you head back up into the.
No, we want to go look at the blacksmithing.
So we're gonna go make sure that we clear everything else out.
Anything that's worth it.
Throw all the books in the bag.
I go in there. Most of the books you find much of the personal journals and previous proof that was found. Find a lot of like handwritten invocations that match the things that you found, the metal parts that you found. And they dash in your head. These are spells. These are dark spells. And then you start grabbing them and throwing them into your backpack. The small boxes, you can. How do you do?
Grab them from I think we should take them. They're by their teeth, but they're family. They might be able to do it.
Always use some teeth. You do some dark shit. Yeah. I know. With your experience, we're going to figure out what would be a good skill for you to survival. As you start again, looking for how they're diverting the water from the sun.
Investigation.
Or you guys can do investigation. You can do survival.
I'm searching the black.
I'm helping with that though, because like I have no investigation skills, so I'm helping somebody.
Yeah. So give me an investigation in the blacksmithing. 22. The basin has been, you can tell that the pipes running into the basin have been diverted. A series of bricks have been placed around these pipes to keep the water diverted up into the basin. And that's when you see on the other end of the basin a drain that is slowly trickling out, probably into another pipe somewhere. You get the feeling that if you block that drain, remove those bricks, this place will start filling up. Take a while, but it'll definitely fill back up. Okay, you start working on that. Give me an athletics check. Work on the time. What'd you get for investigation? Not much else here. You guys can hear
I want to
him.
spend a luck point and
Okay, go for it.
34.
Very funny. You can't help but notice that the bookshelf that contains small boxes and the book that you found is a bit loose. Pull it off, it comes away quite easily. There's a hidden space behind it, maybe about 2 box size. There is something wrapped in a bit of soft leather. There's a fine-looking blade that's wrapped in soft leather, and you can see a silver, red, and black chalice of metal that's also sitting in this space. Pull all that out. Stuff in the bag. You guys can now hear the trickle of water. As you're pulling out the bricks, the basin begins to empty and kind of bubble up. You can hear the of the change in pressure. There's now about an inch of water on the ground. Right here. You can hear the beginnings of trickle of water. As you guys gather up your stuff coming out into the tunnel system that we're using, your feet are making that wet sound as it's a lot moist and the dust kind of turning kind of muck and mud in the water, beginning to seep over the How did you know this? Go away out the trap the way you came.
there's no guarantee that most of I think they're down here. I think they're all down here. I think there's got to be another. I don't think they all came down.
Yeah, they don't know
I did, yeah. That's last. You guys are at a much higher elevation. It'll take a while. Like, you get the feeling that as long as that door holds, whether they notice it yet or not, you're not sure. Go down and keep an eye on it. But you're looking at quite a few hours.
question.
Into the map.
Mm-hmm.
How did it look? Or was it like,
Hard to tell with the stone altar.
I can't
Run back
figure
down
it
to that altar.
I can't figure
Okay,
it out.
you head back to the altars. Are you looking for? Is he focused? Pretty heavy, but you're able to shift it inch by inch and you put it over there. The water's trickling underneath it,
Yeah.
but in a slower rate.
Yeah. No. It's making sure that they can't get out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. The water control. Like, yeah.
I don't know why you do that. I'd kill people. I
Yeah.
The little stuff feels bad.
Oh.
Not,
Well,
not
I'm gonna take another. Another round around the pit.
Those 20s. There's something not about the chip.
are they silver?
They don't care. They're connected. Really hard. Yeah. You don't fight at all. And that's it. You can see they're attached to a series of kind of like metal iron bars. The bars look like they split out and kind of against the bars. You realize that the bars hang over in the middle of the space, and the moment the bars adjust, there's this kind of weird kind of squeaking noise, and you realize that they were blocking something, and rats begin to pour into the it just started crawling from somewhere at the bottom. No live rats. They're swarming. They just land on you, swarming and kind of crawling out. What are you doing? Feels like it can stay here much longer. They start swarming.
It's still falling down.
Constant. Not stopping. He Han Solo'd you guys?
Nope.
Right by you.
Jack Sparrow. No, Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow's right by you.
Oh!
It starts screaming and runs right by you. You can
No,
hear
no, as I'm running, I just grab the bolt.
you,
I got a
you
child
can
in it.
hear the massive like echo and cacophony of speaks and nattering feet. You look fast where he's rapidly pulling forward, and just this massive carpet. You're so blindfolded.
Yeah.
There's just
Oh,
this massive carpet of rats coming towards you.
Okay. So as soon as we reach the rungs for the ladder to go back up to the brewery, climb. And I like. No.
Yeah, the brewery. Yeah.
I'm going to start climbing up.
Yeah.
As soon as they're clear, I'm walking. Follow.
Yeah.
Climb the grate. I'm going to find one of the dragon rats.
Okay.
Get out of here.
They're too big for me. But you can certainly knock some of the spikes away. So as you two make your way up the stairs, you hear this loud thudding sound. Give me an athletics check. You start knocking.
Anyone?
Watch as the rats begin to boil up through the grate, kind of skittering towards you. The first bat, we can like the other side just explodes out, and it just starts kind of gushing and filling up the space, which causes the bat to kind of shift into the next one, which cracks open, and that bat kind of clinks open. I think you see a first bat, and just trying to avoid this unbound.
Oh. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, I saw that number. 16.
15. I think you see it at 50. You're kind of hop skipping to try. Yeah, you're trying to avoid, and you're staying ahead of the gradual collapse of these bats behind you. You guys watch him come kind of like pacing up the stairs, and there's a sloshing sound that you smell like here. It's maybe 4 or 5 steps below you. And you can see that kind of doggy paddling around to get to the edge of the stairs and he's really running from like up out the edge of the stairs. So XP time, we did 2 hours of play. How do you do XP again?
So the power play plus question on how you do it.
Right. But how do we do the calculation of XP points per hour? One
for every
Okay, so it's 2 XP. I'm definitely giving Evelyn 2 additional XP for her catastrophic roleplay. I thought that was really good. 1 extra XP for you because you're the first one to finally go unconscious. I don't think anyone's gone unconscious yet.
Okay, so that's
That's
3.
close.
So that's 3 total for you, 4 total for Emily. I think a lot of your captain background came into play. So an extra XP for you as well. So that means 3, 3, and 4, which is equal to the currency of 20 as well. Unless you want to, I think you can spend it in attributes.
No. Depending on how low you're at. From 11 to 12, it would be like 2 points, but not 50. So for skills, it's skill it's the 1 or 2 to bring in.
I thought there was a way for abilities.
For abilities, it's a little bit different because you actually codes 1 through 15 is 2 XP. 15 to 17 is 2 XP. 18 and 19, 4. From each, we get 20. I'll try and keep.
Oh, that's so you bumped up your intelligence last time? Oh, okay. Well, hey everyone, thank you for tolerating our audio. We're going to do our best to work on that over the course of next week. If you join my Discord and you know anything about audio, I would be more than happy to see what a review from you. I can always use help with audio. I am not good at tackling the audio problems.
Someone slide into his DM.
I have noticed over the course of the last 6 months that these microphones have been losing their sensitivity. I don't know if that's the cabling or just the wear and tear of the microphone. I don't know enough about it. But let me help you can offer for you. I will try and see if I can come up with a solution. Kind of trapped in my current soundboard scenario. Maybe it's time out of the soundboard scenario, which means maybe I'm going to plug microphones in. I don't know yet. I'll do something. But thank you for your patience. Be kind, be safe, and don't forget. Play a game, everybody, and we'll see you next Monday for the finale of Grimoires DMC.
When we all die!